Wemby trying to get in the post. Oh, let's see what he got. He working with Hakeem. Getting doubled already.
Oh, my God. What?
Bro, he getting doubled in the post when AD's defending him.
No.
Stop.
That's a foul.
That's a foul.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my. What the f? Oh, my
Oh,
God.
my God.
Oh, my goodness. Wemby, stop. Bro, stop, Wemby. Stop. No way. Oh, please. Save us. Save us. We just got done watching the season debut of Victor Wembanyama, year 3. It was by far some of the most unbelievable hoops that I have seen in my lifetime. It was up there with 2016 Curry. It's up there with like young athletic LeBron. It is up there with some of the most nut 81 points Kobe. Victor Wembanyama finished today 40 points, 15 rebounds, a steal, 3 blocks in 29 minutes. He was plus 31 in 29 minutes. If all of that wasn't impressive enough, he did this against a front court that should have the ability to slow him down. AD, PJ Washington, Derek Lively. Lively only played 10 minutes because he was in foul trouble. Lively picked up 5 fouls in 10 minutes. PJ Washington, 4 fouls. AD, 4 fouls. And on the other side, it don't matter who it is. Wemby is walking them all down. He made Lively look silly. He made AD look silly. He's giving it to PJ Washington. He's running in transition, catching lobs, dunking the ball, face-up game, post-up. Everything. As I was watching it, I also acknowledged for a good portion of the second half, I couldn't even remember when the last time I saw this nigga miss a shot. First quarter, 11 points, 4 for 5 from the field. Second quarter, 10 points, 4 for 8 from the field. Third quarter, 10 points, 3 for 4 from the field. Fourth quarter, 9 points, 4 for 4 from the field. Every single quarter, it's hyper efficiency. The worst quarter he had was a second quarter where he scored 10 points, 6 rebounds, and shot 50% from the field. That was his least efficient quarter. The numbers speak for themselves. The footage is what makes it unbelievable though, because it wasn't as if like Wemby was just throwing bullshit up or he's just taller than everybody else and that's how he got his points. Some of the points were like that. Some of the points are him just, I'm like within 5 feet of the rim and I can just jump and dunk the ball and nobody can really do anything about that. But then some of the other points are like Wemby coming downhill and just telling Anthony Davis, get the fuck out my way and I'm gonna dunk the ball on you. Wemby sitting there face-up game. Jab, pump, drive by, a fucking reverse cradle dunk. Wemby, face-up game, pump fake, gets AD out of the air, body bump, makes the shot. Wemby telling Derek Lively to get that little shit out of here, going on the other side, having Lively defend him, tween, step back, 3 and 1. It was, genuinely speaking, not only impressive from a number standpoint, but it was hard to believe that a nigga who is 7'5" as he's listed, but he looks 7'7", can do half of the things that he did out there. And the fact that he just did it all is ridiculous. And even after we got done watching that game, bro, we watched the last 2 games after it, and I still was like blown away by what I just saw. I couldn't fathom that a man could come out on the floor and give you 40 and 15 in less than 30 minutes with a plus 31, 0 turnovers. That was one of his biggest flaws heading into this season. The fact that he finished this game with 0 turnovers is crazy. The speed in which Wemby is progressing as a basketball player is unheard of. Bro, he went in the offseason, worked out with Hakeem, KG, trained with the fucking monks, went to go visit NASA, and then came back and is already putting belt to backside. It should be unconstitutional for someone to be that good at the sport of basketball. And if that's who Wemby's going to be for the foreseeable future, respectfully, Bron, KD, Curry, we're good. Y'all can retire. Last year, I was a bit concerned. It's good. Y'all can retire. If this is what he can look like for the next 8, 9, 10 years, bro, them MJ and LeBron convos, they seem real silly right now. He is 21 years old. He looks just as good as any LeBron and MJ game at their absolute best. If this brother continues to develop and get better in any capacity, it's going to look dumb that we sat here and argued about that shit. Mind you, they did this without De'Aaron Fox. Dylan Harper had a really good game. Rookie debut, he looks good himself. Stephon Castle looked amazing as well in the minutes in which he played. But you can't even really appreciate any of that because of what he did. I didn't even care that Cooper actually finished tonight with 10 points and 10 rebounds. I didn't even care how bad Cooper looked at the point guard position. I didn't even care that Klay Thompson shot 4 for 13. I didn't even care. I don't know what the numbers are yet. Before I look at these numbers, what do you all think Wemby's defensive rating was when he was on the floor? Bro, when he was on the floor, you couldn't get anything at the rim. He's hovering around the lane. Even when he's not close to the basket, he can still get off a contest. Look at that block from AD. Like, there's times where someone is driving to the basket and they have to stop. They have to stop driving because it's like, bro, I can't get there. It's very clear that he's about to block my shot. The simple fact that you don't even feel comfortable driving to the lane, like it doesn't even feel like a viable option when he is on the floor, is crazy. And then on the other side, he's giving you jabs, pump fakes, follow throughs. He had a shot near the baseline where he basically just stepped it through and he was automatically at the paint. Even when he gave that jab to PJ and he jumped, bro, one step, he was already at the rim and he actually overshot it. So he had to do a reverse cradle to get to the other side of the basket to dunk. Bro, it was crazy. This was a mixture of like Hakeem footwork, Kevin Durant handle and getting to the rim when he was young, like shot creation of KD just shooting over him. It was ridiculous. And he did all of this. I want to be mindful again. Bro, he did all of this in under 30 minutes. Every minute that he played was extremely impactful. It felt like there wasn't a possession that was wasted. So tonight, opening night, the world watching, just by far some of the best basketball I've seen an individual play in my lifetime, bro. We're done with Braun. We're done with Curry. We're done with KD. And that's not even like a knock on them. It's like it's done. Also, if you are a team that has not won a championship yet, bro, you got like a year or two. Sincerely, you have like a year or two. They're going to go through some bad years in the playoffs just to get some, some reps underneath their belt because overall it's a young team. But after that, it's done. It's done. Wemby is like the greatest 30-year player I have seen since LeBron. And he's on pace to be that very comfortably. And for everybody going to sit here and say, I'm overreacting to just one game of basketball, Wemby is not a one-game reaction. Even if we were to say this is an outlier game, this is the high of the highs, and that could be fair. But Wemby, last year, comfortably looked like he was going to be at worst a top 10 player in the NBA. And in his rookie season, Wemby was improving every 2 to 3 months. He became a better defender, then a better shot creator, then a better passer, then a better shooter. Why you think that improvement is just going to randomly stop? I don't know why, but wake the fuck up. If your team cannot say, hey, we're going to compete and win for a championship in the next 2 to 3 years, nigga, it's done. MVPs, DPOIs, over with. LeBron and MJ fans, enjoy the next 2 to 3 years debating, because I'm gonna be frank with you niggas, if he continues to get better, neither one of those niggas will look as good as he can potentially look. Neither one of them. Wemby in year 3 will be a significantly better defender than both of them have ever looked. So yeah, no. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all sit here and talk about LeBron and MJ's defense as if like it's all-time defense. Y'all niggas sat there and acted like I just sat there and said he's better than Bill Russell or Tim Duncan or Hakeem Olajuwon defensively. Amongst all the all-time great players, LeBron and MJ's defense is not in like top 10 convos. I don't know what the fuck y'all niggas think y'all talking about. MJ won DPOI though. Who gives a fuck? Bro, Wemby's gonna win multiple DPOI. So if that's how you feel, oh, MVPs and DPOYs, you got another 2-3 more years until you can keep holding on to those arguments. Because if he keeps improving, DPOYs not going to fucking matter because he's going to have more. 40-point games, not going to matter for LeBron because he probably going to end up having more. Double-double games, not going to matter. He's going to end up having more. 40K, LeBron is probably going to be able to hold on to that to the end of his life. So shout out to LeBron for the 40K. But outside of that, yeah, I don't know. it's going to be tough. At the end of the day, it's just sincerely one of the greatest basketball games I've ever seen in my lifetime. Wemby potentially could just break the NBA, where there's just not anyone in the league that's going to be able to keep up with him, where he forces the league to start drafting players and employing players just to stop him, like on some Shaq shit. Like, we have to have full schemes to slow you down. That's what could easily happen. How many times the Spurs played national TV? 20 plus. Cleveland, Dallas, San Antonio Clippers. To Adam Silver, let this be the last year Wemby isn't on at least 25 national televised games. I'm going to keep it a bean. San Antonio, for the next 10 years, needs to be right next to LA and the Knicks. That's where San Antonio needs to be. San Antonio needs to be on TV, national TV, at bare minimum, once a week. You have your new face. He is very clearly here. Milk it and take advantage of it. Because the one problem that you were facing is that you did not know who was going to be the next one up, and he is here. So, yes, do the same thing that when David Stern was in charge and what he did for LeBron, where as soon as LeBron touched down in year 3, LeBron had just as many national televised games as the Lakers. Now, before we go, make sure you all understand what the fuck we just watched for all my analytical nerds out there. What do you think Wemby's offense and defensive rating was when he was on the floor? First, let's start with offense. Offense, I see 130, 120, 129, 124, 122, 124. For those who are unaware what they're saying these numbers, when you have an offensive rating that is in the 120s, you are not only the best offense, you are the best offense by a wide margin. You are a historically great offense. You could potentially be, depending on the year, one of the greatest offenses we've seen in several years. Last year, if you had an offensive rating of 120, which was OKC, last year, you would have been basically 6 points better than league average, teetering to historic heights. Now, what do you think the defensive rating was when Wemby was on the floor? Let me see some numbers. What do you think the defense was? 83, 89, 140, no. 89, 80, 85, 81, 75. For those who do not know, defensive ratings haven't even dropped below 100 since the early 2000s. So anybody getting lower than 100 is already ridiculous. You get lower than 90, you're in Detroit Pistons area, like 04 Pistons. You get below 85, you're in Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell era. Victor Wembanyama tonight had an offensive rating when he was on the floor of 126.6 and a defensive rating of 80.6. Victor Wembanyama was historically great on both sides of the ball. He turned this team into all-time great offensive level. Last year, OKC, Warriors, Stephen Curry when they were peaking, Steve Nash, Amari Stoudemire's sons, nearing that level of offense while having defense that was comparable to Bill Russell. That's what you witnessed tonight. That's what you saw. And I'm going to be honest with you, this may sound like a lot of glaze, but that's also what it felt like as well. That's genuinely what it felt like. So Wemby's here. It's amazing. It's astonishing. And I don't know what else you need to know about it for you to become a believer. But we will be watching as many games as possible. As many games as possible as we can.